And the major story we have for you this afternoon: 109 senators donate December pay to Tudun-Biri drone victims. 109 senators donate December pay to Tudun-Biri drone victims. Following the drone attack on the people of Tudun-Biri community in Kaduna State, the Catholic Archbishop of Kaduna Diocese, Matthew Dangoso, has visited Barao Diko Teaching Hospital to sympathize with the victims, just as the 109 senators pledged their December salaries of over 100 million naira to the community. Ndagaso, while sympathizing with the victims in the hospital, said the bombing has led many people into distress, and in keeping with corporal works of mercy as Catholics, we decided to come and condole with the victims and thank the management of Barao Diko for the attention given them, as most of the people are recovering quickly. The bishop, who said the people that lost loved ones, dependents, and definitely need succor for sympathizers, added, our country is already at war with bandits, and that the church donated an unspecified sum to the victims. Meanwhile, all the senators in the National Assembly have donated 109 million naira of their December salaries to the victims. Deputy President of the Senate, Barao Jibrin, announced this at the Kaduna Government House when he led a high-powered delegation of the Senate to the state yesterday. The senators were received by Governor Obasani Barao. In a statement by his special advisor, media and publicity, Ismaila Mudusha, noted that the money will be sent to the governor for onward delivery to the victims. The governor thanked the senators for the donation. However, Sani alleged that security agencies in the country are not on the same page with the Senate to ensure the residents of Tudun-Biri community who lost their relatives during the Iro attack get justice. Responding to remarks by Jubrin, who represented Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the governor assured that Kaduna would continue to support the security agencies in the discharge of their constitutional duties. He sought speedy investigation into the attack by the army with a view to bringing culprits to book and ending such hero attacks in any part of the country. He also revisited his earlier calls for a state police, which he believed complement the existing security arrangements. I was always calculating. They can't get notice to this. Whatever happens. Go on. Thank you. Hello, sir. Still on the stories making rounds at political space this afternoon, Oti denies arrest of youths, elders after peace talks. The Abia state government has denied the reports alleging that Governor Alex Oti ordered the arrest of young men and elders who attended a peace talk regarding the ongoing Port Harcourt Road rehabilitation project in Aba. The governor's spokesperson, Dodo Okafor, in a statement issued on Monday, described the report as false and misleading. Governor Alex Oti did not at any time order the arrest of anyone or group of people in connection with any event before and after the flag off of the rehabilitation and reconstruction of Port Harcourt Road in Aba. Okafor said. Okafor stated that the majority of Aba residents, irrespective of their cultural and religious affiliation, support the governor's decision to rehabilitate the dilapidated road. The collapse and subsequent abandonment of Port Harcourt Road by previous administrations caused the city hundreds of billions of naira in earnings, job opportunities, and other missed opportunities. He also questioned the motive behind the first report, stating that it beggars believe that anyone or group would wish to stand against the resolve of the OT administration to fix that stretch of road, solve the preliminary flooding problems in the part of Aba, and make the environment business friendly once again. Okafor, however, reiterated the commitment of the OT administration to rebuilding and restoring public infrastructure in Abia State. Governor Otis' resolve to set Abia on a new, more progressive direction remains unshaken. He does not take the goodwill of the public for granted and would continue to respect the opinions of those who gave him the mandate to lead, he added. And the next story we have for you this afternoon, 6 months on, Tinubu's net worth unknown, civil society organizations kick. President Bola Tinubu has reneged on one of the legal and moral demands on public office holders to declare their assets upon the assumption of office for transparency purposes. More than 6 months after assumption of office, taking oath of office and swearing allegiance to the state and the rule of law, President Tinubu has no known record of assets in the public or in the coffers of the Code of Conduct Bureau. And following the Information Act to sift Mr. Tinubu's asset declaration from the CCB, if any exists, officials of the Bureau have told the newsmen expecting such a record from us is like waiting for Godot. Stakeholders, among whom are civil society organizations, remark that though the extant law on asset declaration is silent on public disclosure, it is a moral burden on well-meaning public office holders to be seen as transparent, and President Tinubu, most especially, should not be an exception. It will be recalled that the Code of Conduct for Public Officers contained in Part 1 of the 5th Schedule to the 1999 Constitution as amended provides that every public officer shall immediately after taking office and thereafter at the end of every 4 years and be at the end of his or her term of office submit to the CCB a written declaration of all his properties, assets, and liabilities, and those of his unmarried children under the age of 18 years. The inherent secrecy of the provision has, however, become an alibi for most public office holders to either deride the entire provision or allegedly compromise relevant officials for cover-ups. In the case of Mr. President, FOI has not proven resourceful on his assets records. Recent efforts to inquire from immediate past CCB chairman Issa Mohammed whether President Tinubu and others have declared their assets to the Bureau met a stonewall, but a source in the Bureau said it would amount to a waste of time to expect the CCB to release Mr. President's assets declaration form to the public since the law did not permit it. But as the sitting president, an asset declaration would have dispelled or affirmed the claims that Mr. Tinubu has wealth estimates of over $4 billion, coupled with ownership of chains of hotels, media empire that include the television and radio Continental, stakes in Oando PLC, Lekki Concession Company, Ikeja Shopping Mall, Apapa Amusement Park, fleets of cars, a private Bombardier Global 6000 Express jet, a building at Budillion Road, Ikoyi evaluated at over 1 billion naira, among several others. In 2012, the administration of the former President Jonathan arraigned President Tudun-Biri before the CCT for false declaration of assets and for operating foreign accounts while he was at the helm of affairs in Lagos. He was later discharged and acquitted. But from antecedents, assets declaration and sanctions for violation have not been a popular culture among the ruling elites. Since Nigeria returned to democratic rule in 1999, only late President Umaru Yar'Adua declared his assets to the public following his submission to the CCB. Yar'Adua declared assets which was valued at 856,452 with a total annual income that was put at 18.7 million naira. He also disclosed that his wife, Turaya, had a total asset of 19 million naira, made up of houses. As the vice president, Jonathan Goodluck also declared a personal fortune of 295 million in 2007. There are controversies surrounding the declaration of assets of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Nobody knows what exactly former President Obasanjo declared as assets in 1999 and when he left office in 2007 as president. Jonathan's assets also became a matter of secrecy. The former governor of Bayelsa State once said he didn't owe the Nigerian public an access to his asset record. In 2015, former President Buhari made a sketchy declaration of his assets, revealing that he had less than 30 million naira in his bank account at the time. This also gives credence to the declaration of assets before assuming office. In a breakdown of assets, Buhari, who is also a former military head of state, claimed to have $150,000, 2 mud houses, livestock, and orchard, and a plot of land that the exact location of which he has yet to trace. Disclose how much oil Nigeria produces, exports. Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project tells NMPC. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged the Group Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mr. Melo Kolo Kiare, to publish details of barrels of oil Nigeria produces and exports every day and revenues generated from oil since the removal of subsidy on petrol in May 2023. Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project urged him to disclose how much of the revenue generated from oil have been remitted to the public treasury since the removal of subsidy on petrol. The organization also urged him to disclose details of payment of 11 trillion naira. The organization also urged him to disclose details of payment of 11 trillion naira or as subsidy and to clarify allegations that the NMPCL has failed to remit revenues generated from oil to the public treasury since the removal of subsidy on petrol. Former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, had last week alleged that the NMPCL is failing to remit enough foreign exchange into the treasury despite the removal of subsidy, fuel subsidy, asking where is the money. In the letter at the weekend signed by Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization said there is legitimate public interest in disclosing the information sought. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project said opacity in the amounts of barrels of oil the country produces and exports daily, the revenue generated and remitted to the public treasury, would have negative impacts on the fundamental interests of the citizens and the public interest. Transparency would ensure that the revenues are not diverted into private pockets and increase public trust that the money will be used to benefit Nigerians. Ensuring transparency and accountability in the operations of NMPCL, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, said would improve the enjoyment by Nigerians of their rights to natural wealth and resources. Combating the corruption epidemic in the oil sector will alleviate poverty, improve access of Nigerians to basic public goods and services, and enhance the ability of the government to meet its human rights and anti-corruption obligations. The body said, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project knows that Section 15, subsection 5 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended requires public institutions and officials to abolish all corrupt practices and abuse of power. Nigerian banks are buoyant, CBN assures. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has assured the banking public that Nigerian banks are buoyant. The CBN said this in a statement issued by its acting director, corporate communications, Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali. Ali's statement was informed by reports in section of Nigerian media that some deposit money banks had failed the Apex Bank's capital adequacy ratio for international authorization. We wish to clarify that Nigerian banking industry remains resilient as key financial soundness indicators were within the regulatory threshold as captured in the CBN Economic Report of 2023. Furthermore, the CBN is engaging with the various critical stakeholders to sustain the level of confidence in the Nigerian financial sector. We therefore appeal to Nigerians to disregard media reports listing banks as failing the CAR stress test for international authorization, as the report did not emanate from the CBN, she said. And the last story we have for you this afternoon, before you can call in and tell us what you think of all of this, is why Tinubu was preferred as APC presidential candidate by Lukman. Why Tinubu was preferred as APC presidential candidate by Lukman. Former Director General of the All Progressive Governors Forum, Dr. Saliu Lukman, has offered an insight why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu easily emerged presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress in the build-up to the 2023 poll. Lukman, in a piece titled "Why Political Parties in Nigeria Should Be Reformed," explained that Tinubu's antecedents as a true Democrat gave him the edge over his rivals in the presidential primary of the party held in Abuja, accusing President Tinubu of alienating himself from the founding fathers of the party. He said he would not be deterred from calling for good governance and the reformation of political parties in the country. Lupa said the public presentation of his book titled APC and Transition Politics at the Shehu Musa Yaradua Center, Abuja, on December 19 this year was a part of the measures to achieve the goal. He explained that the goal of the book is to ensure that elected governments and leaders are accountable and responsive to the needs of citizens. He said, "Here we are as a party just coming out of election. I'm very lucky to have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the leader of the party, who was part of the pro-democracy struggle to bring an end to the military rule in the country in 1999. My lay person or innocent person expectation was that if under former President Muhammadu Buhari we were confused or unable to achieve the vision of making APC a truly progressive party, under President Tinubu we should have no difficulty in achieving that. Somehow it would appear politics have taken over everything and business as usual has become the orientation. We are not and we will never abandon the campaign for democracy in Nigeria. Whatever is responsible for the current orientation can be surmounted and should be conquered. We will not degrade ourselves to become antagonistics of our party and the President Asiwaju Tinubu. He expressed confidence that the party is blessed with the leaders capable of initiating processes of reform to return it to its founding vision of becoming a progressive party. We are also confident that President Asiwaju Tinubu is a committed Democrat and truly a progressive politician. We were never wrong in our estimation that all of the 23 leaders who aspired to become our presidential candidate for the 2023 general election, he was best qualified. Therefore, as a party member, as party members and leaders, we must continue to engage him to live up to all the promises we made to Nigerians since 2015. We must work hard and make all the necessary sacrifices to ensure that both President Asiwaju Tinubu and the APC succeed in moving Nigeria democracy forward, he said. There you have it. A lot is happening in our politics this afternoon, and we need to talk about it. To mold opinion, and the issue basically is the donation of the Senate to the victims of Kaduna bombing. Nigerians can't stop talking about it because of the gesture, which everybody appreciates, but everybody is still harping on the issue, the fact that they need this money to get to the persons that it is donated to. At the same time, we are looking into the ECOWAS negotiation with the Niger junta. The fact that they are also making threats that if the junta fails to, apply or to agree with what they are saying, that they are ready to also, establish a standby force, continue with the sanction, and even implement it furthermore at the end of the day. So, what is your take on all of this? It's time for you to get involved and tell us what you think of all of this. It is happening in our political space, and we are also involved. As Nigerians, we need to talk about it this afternoon. The numbers you call and then you become part of the conversation remains 070 34 45 9334 or 070 45 59 2210. Remember to join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello? Oh, okay, please call back. Let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello?
Hello, Martin.
Yes, good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Biko
Gabaniruo Akadandi Igbo.
Biko ana m ekele n'ọrụ ya. Onye chọrọ ikwu maka Kende Nigel na ECOWAS.
Yes.
Ihe chọrọ iju ndị ECOWAS biko. Nigeria na nwefa. Ihe na-eme na Nigeria ha na-afịa ha na-etinye ọnụ ka a ga-esi sọtụa the things na-emegodo na Nigeria.
Okay.
Because a na-ekwu democracy na Nigeria. Mana democracy anyị nọ na Nigeria. Anyị na-ekwu okwu agụụ na-egbu anyị, agụụ na-egbu Nigeria. So the problem they have with this na the countries, the hardship of the Africans, the African agenda, not about Niger.
Okay.
So ha na-ebadoro anya n'ike dị na Africa and the way of democracy in Africa. I don't think they make democracy. Because democracy where people cannot express their feelings. Only African democracy, you go as police are there, you make arrest, sitting for against the government. But the government are not doing the needed for you work with women. And then yeah. So for me, I say how we find an Niger because only Niger and their border, I draw a complaint on their government back. So how we find a Niger.
Okay, kekwana maka ifefa na demand ka e release the president of Niger onye nke ha na power from the Bazoum. Order proper na ga release here with the family.
Now is that he release the president. Okay, man, every state right we can put that president on their custody.
Okay.
Because all my accounts of in his government. Because all of the government that from Matay will be overthrown. Because all not your former overthrown. So all my accounts both here. So I don't have to take for that. They will take any from him before they will release him.
Okay.
So Malande ECOWAS maybe by force. They may see the man and his family. Don't come man as you want your faith to know. Then follow the shape they are fine. I'm not going to ask you democracy can happen there. For me, I believe the military regime is there now.
Yeah, yeah, they could even when how will power on this junta. They said na ha a wapota committee the transition form like a transition of power you have to go to civilian again at the end of the day. So that thing happen can hold to make sure na have switch power back to civilians again. So I feel if I have to say don't you think so?
That thing happened here I know because in a leadership before you want to say he and really has their government, Victoria has the government. So although to Nigeria also a diabetes they will for possibly things are very difficult for people. So how do you now the ECOWAS in the best but it will be difficult for them to get the normal government to actually the country under democracy. And how they make for the future and the generation they say to abroad for them. So how will the government not there? And how they really go with another country the well educated. So how many of my for my review, how will you go to higher democracy, the higher civilian constitution? So they go on, not be forcing them. And they use how you could learn, you got that and make any organic order.
My brother. Thank you so much.
Also, the give you a matter. Only one thing I'm not like it complain. Man, I don't have no way. One station know that. The police show there every night. You know, I just know there by police show there the police station there. Collecting money from people here at Roma. So the evil and the community, even the government, the village area, also other places. So every night I got never collect or then from the and God. Roma.
Once every time I get it's on guy and then politics, but thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, my brother. Hello, thank you. Yes, let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My brother.
Yeah. Yeah, dịka ihe nwanne m nwoke kwupụtara onye chọrọ isi nke kwupụtara ndị nkọwasị anyị akwụsị ihe ọbụla a na-eri ya n'ike bidi a na-apụ ọtụ mmadụ ihe etu anyị ihe ọbụla na-emekwanụ pọtụ nwa mgbe ọ na-agbaba maka onwe gị emekarịa nwoke ihe ọkwụrụ ịwakwata ọtọ ọnwụ ndị na-ada emezie anyị ma na dike na onye ụjọ na-agba mgba n'ebe atụtụ ebe ebe mmiri gbatọrọ na-ama na atụtụ ahụ na o chere dike oche onye ụjọ o nwere onye ya na fri so a na-enwe nwayọ anya mgba m na nka nke mbụ emere ya ka emeziri ụtọ ka ewere ya tụtụ ọbụma Naijiria mezie ebite ekowa a ga nwayọ na-eji otu ike wee apụ nwa ọkụ iwere apụ ngwa ọkụ pụta ọkụ a nke a bụ ndụmọdụ nke nyere ha na abịa n'otu na-asị na achị ha gara na arest emere ndị emere arest ahụ m ka ọ ga-esi ya bụ oke na ọ bụla achị ya adịghị ya
na such arrest no misinformation. No make arrest. Na ha resolve with the community, power with them. You are no only also.
Okay, now do they have
yes, no mele.
Okay. Otherwise, that matter on a gonu onye meziri. Onye akọ na onye ebe na sino obodo ni ona ati ujo ya ona siko otu onye. Anya ba bụrụ etu aka o siri ga mụ nwa enweji okwu na-ekwu ebe a. Dalo.
Ngwandalo, thank you so much for joining us this evening, my brother. Dalo. Yes, it is still political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. What is your take on all of this? 070-3445-9334. Let's hear from you now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, my brother. How are you doing this evening?
Fine.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
You have
to...
Okay, please put your radio off and then when you say radio, the kind of
okay.
Okay, the on because when you're the radio, kind of Moisia about the poor completely. Have you done that?
Yes.
Okay, please.
Are you still hearing?
Yes, go on now.
Yeah. Please, everyone if you go to Cambo now. Everyone if you go to Cambo now. Access it in yeah, Emana I got this to
yes.
Buhari was at 20 million. Plus even you know my you don't know my cacao no.
Just the people
waiting in BBC and so many things my own that vehicle.
Yes.
Man, I what of the total amount network what condition Nigeria job.
Just nke a bụzi ihe nke ifo abụrụ nke nyanwa release no from the newsmen ihe ha gada from ife pafu onwe over time yọta mana nyanwa ewebe nke ekwu yọta no nke a ka ọ declare
yes Nigeria need it yeah because the president of Nigeria we need it. We need to know his assets because all the country move forward, all the constitution.
Yes.
So okay, we're just a court issue, not because of court issue, but I'm not gonna wait here. But now the court to go. We need to know his assets.
Okay.
So that's why I go.
Okay.
Then this ECOWAS. If I have a country president in another country, so I will not from a few. So that in ECOWAS, we're on your president, we're on your market husband that about where release your power because now you can follow another country. I get why we rectify or where we hand you over.
Okay.
So far come out on a pressure to them. That hand you over more do this. But Zoom will not all one January Jacob or Jacob. Because I suppose you were to avoid long detention in camp.
Okay.
You were to call. Now open a then all country all their constitution. So any country of the president and arrest or do good for so long, how detention. You work where I call. Open a jungle danger. Then when I put my Pico, the Amalify and a senator. Senators and that they did very well. I thank them so much by donating their salary to people.
Yes.
They are the federal government. Federal government, this is the time we need to know the government. Federal government, what's supposed to do to those people.
Okay.
Someone if I can make those people because each bomb and this army chief Sinero finally the point for one Nigeria. Why the type of error? Because no matter what. And then they say about the modern what they are in short. They need to tell the Nigerians truth. All people die for that matter.
Yes.
So federal government supposed to intervene. What is the war? Thanks the senators in I appreciate them.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, my brother. Dalo, yes, it is political views. Never on the 103.5 FM. Let's hear from you. What is your own view? Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yes, my brother. Take my number down.
Oh, that's it.
No.
Oh, Chapoto. Everybody need one.
Kebisa, why? Okay. Gabaniru.
Because here you maka bomba ta iya
na Kaduna. Biko gbanyo radio gị ka anyị na-anụ ihe na-ekwu ọfụma na-aga n'iru.
So, nwe ọtụtụ okwu ihe na-ekwu bụ biko gọvanọ ndị sinetọ nyere ego nye ndị ahụ ihe mebute eji m afa Chukwu na-arịọ nkwe ya gbaa mbọ gbachasị ike mekashọn ga ịga ahụ rutere ndị kwesịrị irute emekwana ihe politiks na ya emekwana ihe politiks maka nwere end of the time kekere 100 or 200,000 maka ihe emego for my own side enwere problem enwe ebe a gọọmenti ga-weta ife ka ekee so at the end a ga-egide ejie enwere some people that rute nwe ndị olutara aga rue taa so ihe adịrọ mma so na-ekene the priest ndị fada ndị bishọp jere maka jezete ndị a so ha tara ọhịa gosi na ha bụ ndị ụka na-ayọkwọ ndị ọzọ ha gbakwa mgbochi ya ọ bụgodị sọsọ ekpere na nkasi obi ka ndị a nwetanwu n'akafa ozugbo na-ekene ndị senetọs nyeburu ego fa wee jee maka ya so ana m asị ha ka Chineke gozi na-ekwukwa ọzọ ndị amị ahụ meri ha gọọmenti malụ ndị ha bụ so ekwesịrị the person lead that ebebe dị arrest with all of them ma ebetefa ndị na-arrest agwaghị ndị fabụ gwa udiri ihe mere ha ji wee mee udiri ya because ha ma ọma wee mee ya ọ bụrụ intention ọ bụrụ intention ha ma ọma wee mee ya
ọ na-akọwa na ha mara ọma at the end of the day mana mgbe e probe bezi ka anyị malụ exactly ka ihe niile asị wee mee mana anyị
nwere ihe chọrọ ikwu Martin
yes my brother
otu a mmadụ nọ na ịfụ ndị mmadụ n'afịa n'olu elu tụọ pọm isi na emalụ mma tigodi ya
ọ na-eme enwere ike one the graphics I can't explain till like when the probe gabaze on amalụ all the possible no error
ọ bụrụ otu ede na-eme ka anyị na-amalụ
nsogbu arụ my
maka anyị nwa na-ada ejenwu na pepa ka anyị na-anụcha anya ebe ọ na-adị
nsogbu arụ my brother we are here for you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Yes, Odigo Koye said, let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Yeah, Martin.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I'm reaching you from.
Please go on, sir.
Even in Cambodia, ndị ECOWAS leaders na-ekwu okwu maka Niger Republic. Ha kwesịrị ịghọta na ife nọ ebe a bụ resolution. And ha kwesịrị inyefa chance ka ha putuo their country in order. Ndị afọ mee that military incursion ahụ enwere ebe a. They're very for the purpose of Emochiba.
Okay.
That may put orderliness into their system. A weapon corruption. Then weapon foreign influence. Too much foreign influence in here. Because the country where resources Chineke does it. Another country, they are now manipulating. I will know we puppet leader over a throne. When I typhoon their economy. But when they why I talk about their condition and the economy is so bad about where Bataka shape the country. That was in a vacan. And then we were similar things in different African countries.
Like Gabon.
Yes.
Man, the difference from Gabon and Kaketa, the president of Gabon over Ali Bongo, release here. Man, onye nka aka jinka.
Because of interest of the outside and some of the African countries.
Okay.
Why should they focus? Each of the should be more attention like Niger Republic. Apart from the interest of what some of African leaders, even Nigeria, even Niger. Oh, in that stage, because some of them are maybe in Arab, we are another thing. Then we use rap across one more political oppressor than Niger Republic. Because it is the type that the whole place is very cat. And from report on from record since they take over, that the economy they grow astronomically. Can you imagine that?
Okay.
The economy now in Africa is growing faster than any other economy in Africa.
Okay.
A big word that fundamental error here in the leadership of that country, politically and economically.
Okay.
So all you could do and the here is not the some other African countries may experience the same problem.
Okay.
I had a military rule at all. But if I now African leaders, the capacity up.
Okay.
Let's see what speak about me. That people suffer because they suffering too much.
Okay.
That different African countries, especially here in Nigeria, where we have oil. But the oil local resources here in so when we need impact only great in the life of the people. People I said that one day they great the even I where that oil I may pour a great month. Get very good that oil in manga. I want the standard of living now Nigeria is so poor. Everyone oil. Because if that's not the most of the countries of the world who the only oil of world ever dependent for their foreign earning either. If you are the very high, how we for example Kuwait now. If that's their currency we are the strongest in the whole world now. Bahrain follow with a very, very strong gold. All their currency too. All the one of the highest. But also oil can be a Macatao and so on and so forth. Even in Abu Fawa, Jordan, or Fawa Bundema, and oil, Saudi Arabia. But you know that I put that in a bad standard. But because even Nigeria.
Like so, some of these countries he mentioned, Keta, some of them now advanced for other sectors, not just oil. Like United Arab Emirates. Now, Hana advanced for other areas like tourism, entertainment, sports. The way Hana got about some things, agriculture, self even in some areas. So at the end of the day, he had Vice President in about it. Vice President of Nigeria about the fact that I just only pay attention to the oil. So in some kind of way, if you think about it.
But but even in Google, because apart from Saudi Arabia, somewhere there we can wear religious tourism ever. The other places in Google, the Bahrain or Mufu, and their place everywhere we agree.
Okay,
like in Nigeria. I were better eyes. Well, you to discover in 1956.
Don't worry, I got up here about back. I will wake up and
let me just run by
okay.
That's the question. Begging for answer.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let's hear from you. What is your take on all of this? We need to hear from you now. Hello. Of this, we need to hear from you now. Hello. Yeah, welcome, my brother. Can you my number down? Because Gabani Rusa.
It's very, very unfortunate. But now they are coming now, no matter Tingu's assets. Even other crimes, even in Africa, before Mother president, but the PN is assets. After somebody to be president of the country, power, the whole power, you only the most power to be an check with clear assets. Yes, so like I have because now, my cost, young women, young women, what do you want to Nigeria? You can issue that already when you get this. So, in the buying from Nigeria, I quite see about the now, this is very government time to take away this year, and I need to back to 1920. And then you go back by now. No one can. What is the word? That's the value. That says here. I said, you go church going to 1 year. That's what type of country there? And I said, only go president of the country, you go 1 year. You already clear that it was his assets before now. The type of INEC I went with because Indian have electoral act. So let's forget about this all this agenda with that police to return to Nigeria, politics. Even Telugu with this Niger issue.
Mana, before buying a Niger issue, or not wrong mark at the civil society organizations you need to think about.
Well, where are they? Before you become president. Or not run our constitution. Go to our no one would know my constitution in our constitution Nigeria state, my electoral act. Or not run it. Or not run it. And I think I'm not even going to come to the assets. Well, to name at an orchard, or the end of the very one and town, or the one about. One apple, only care assets, only care assets of one apple, or the quality, or the government order. I thought if you like, I my idea.
Okay. Let's move into that of Niger now.
Military junta. So we need effort when it's here, like this in Niger. As if for Niger, we need the military to take over their country. Africa, like Burkina Faso, and other countries around Africa. Also Niger. Yeah, this other like ECOWAS when they are at all. No, when ECOWAS and all this corruption that they will never. That's what they need to lead their country. Because one last week, can make them at this Niger issue. I'm going to be economy grow very fast. And then I just didn't know Nigeria. Let us take Kenya from Lagos. Well, no, Meduguru, I think we need a no more federal road. Now, what military case in Nigeria? We are bound. If we federal not more military case here. All military really number Nigeria. They should be the military case, meaning about the cat. You know,
yes.
All I see, so-called
Democrat. At the ending of the military, Kamili at Mike attack the administrator in Anambra State. That period called the possible.
Yes. All I ending of military card. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Before the second person came, Galba.
agụ n'ekwe agwara agwa president take control kita ihe mmadụ from ụwa ya na Nigeria mmadụ na ndị Igbo anyị so who other schools emeketa ga ha take over because I take over I did it for Sunday because before Ghana is here and a na-ata kọpịta ọkwa ndị a na-ekwu maka ihe settlement na Kaduna kọpịta ọkwa ndị a na-ekwu maka ihe settlement na Kaduna ịmụkwana na ihe na-abụ na saịdị Imo steeti niile ma ọ na obodo agụ ebe ahụ obodo ihe a gbara ọkụ ebe ahụ ọkwa ma asị gị na ọ na-achọ ndị otu gọọmenti ya ka ga-abụ obodo ihe a na-agba ọkụ ya maka ihe a na-arụka gọọmenti obodo dị na-agba achọ ọkụ na-agba n'ime achị ọkụ so onye asụrụ m na vileji sịrị ha mara ihe mere no ha ma ihe mere ọ wụ ihe a na-eme ebe a ka a nọkwa na Kaduna
na nsogbu arụ ihe ga-eme bụ nọ mgbe eprobuzi yọtago ayawamala exactly mana anyị ga-enidi ka anyị konkludo ebe a ka anyị nabata ndị ọzọ kịta o the governor of Kaduna State kwukwara okwu sị na ihe achọpụta bụ na enwero synergy amongst the security operatives enwe na ha da alụkọ ọfụma but anyway ka anyị nabata onye ọzọ kịta nsogbu arụ ka anyị nabata onye ọzọ kịta. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Yes, let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yeah. Welcome, my sister. Keke me na mgbada. Gaba n'iru nwanne m nwaanyị. Okay, na-aga n'iru.
Biko ihe nchọrọ ịgwa ndị Nigeria ha nwakwana ma ha bụ prezident a n'ọkụ ya wụ na ọgụ adabeghị na be ha kịta ha jidetuo ya ike maka na anya ndị na-afọ ha ji ele na Nigeria ha mee nkarị ha nwakwana ma ha bụ the president ha jisie ya ike ha tụgbuo oge afọ enwe ebe ha kpọchiri ha tinyekwu anọda sekuriti ebe a nke a one two nke prezidenti Nigeria Ahmed Tinubu ma agbọba Buhari na ihe nna-achọ ikwu na etu a nwanne m nwoke nke ikpeazụ akwụ dịka si ikwu ndị a na-abụ mmiri zocha amacha ha agabejecherede ya ejeze mmiri ihe bụ ihe kwesịrị imecha n'oge na ọnwụ na kọntrị eze jichara ihe ọfụma mana bikọz na a na-emechiasị ihe niile azụ ndị yut ọnọdụ ndị agadi nwoke ya bụ otu eji ha na be anyị ebe a kịta ala n'Igbo eji ịtụrụgo ụlọ ya nọzi ya na n'ụlọ a na-abịa na-elete masị a na-achị gbakịta ndị mmadụ ada na-ekiri ya na-elete ya
Ke maka president America. Kedu maka president America?
Ọ bụ na ọ chọrọ ije na Dubai o jere eje ọkwa mmadụ 1411 ọ gbanwee jee Dubai. Enweghị oyibi ya na-enjoy fat aghọta ha mụ ama m ka onye asị dị ndị ya na yi mana ihe nna chịkọwa ebe ahụ ebe odike ha dị aset ejizi na-eyi anyị egwu maka ama na the man is not ready to do ihe ndị a ha na-akọ ihe a bụ akụkọ ihe mere mgbe ndị eze ka ha na-akọ omeme ya ibu nchitekwa isi ezieri tikwa onye ọ chọrọ isi maka mgbe eze bụ mmụọ Obasanjo na-ekwu ihe na-eme na Naijiria emechazi nchọpụtarị n'ọnwa onye nke arị na-anaghị ekwu pim na ọya na-ekwu ihe na-eme na Naijiria mgbe o ji wewu minista 40 something ka o biri n'oche onweghị na-agbaghị agbagha onweghị na-ajụ ya ajụjụ nna ha ọ bụrụ ndị be anyị ọsịrị akabikwere nga ana isiri ike akabikwere ha ana ọzọ dị ka ibe bụrụ nke ndị sinetọs wetara ego ka enye ndị atụrụ bọmbụ na be ha ha jee n'ụlọ nwa anụghị ụlọ mgbe korona virus pụtakwọnụ ndị China ji 10 days wee wa hospital ha ji enu jee rụọrụ ndị ahụ na onwe ndị nke ka dị ndụ batazụ ka ha fụ ebe ha bara ọ gwara nọcha n'ụlọ ọgwụ pụta ha lahụ n'ama ewere ego na-agwa anyị na pepa enye ha ego ọ ka gịnị wee mezie ka ntị na ha lụrụ ọfụma oke ego mmanụ mụ na ha ka anọ na atọrọ ọkụ na-ekeriwe na-eritọ ha eweta nke akịta nụwa sịkwa na e nyere na atụpa ka anụ ya o nwekwa ike ndị agbara ka wee weta ego afafịa ụdị ya kwuo okwu 5 billion in state before emechaa sị nọọsụ nke erelizi tụọ aha nwa onye ọ jewere ịda anọ ha ebe oge otu iji eje agbara ise ata ebutere ebute ihe ahụ ya bụ ihe ndị a niile ha malite otu eke oke n'obodo anụ na ọ na-eru ndị a na-agba afa were enye nye nwa ihe so na ha ke wetara ya nwere ihe mma na-ekene ha bikọs ha bịa abịa n'obodo ha ma ihe na-emenụ na onye were nye ka onye ndị ọzọ o were rie were aka mmanụ chee ndị a n'ọnụ ka o wee na ha bara pụta na pepa ha ji elu ọrụ ụlọ ka ndị nke dị ndụ pụta ha nwee ebe ha ji aka nke na ha kpachazi n'ime ụlọ were ego nye ha wee masị ya mana ọ bụrụ ihe ha na-ekwu na amaghị ụma wee mie maka na onwere mgbe ndị Boko Haram ji were eme celebration na asị na ndị ahụ mmemme ka ha na-eme mata eji ebe atụ ọbọm
mgbe probuziri ya mara exactly. Okay, Dalo, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yeah, welcome, my brother. Keke, what do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yeah, welcome, my brother. Keke,
my brother, Jomati. And then I keep going by this listening to Tara was telling me about Academy. Will bring the message of their
yes.
And then the bishop and the Farage to the visit.
Yes.
Now, when there is no Catholic Church in Norway. And what one the man Catholic Church in Norway. Or when the bishop, not this nation, who is there, this is the families of these people.
There is no way. Where here the man to an Catholic bishop Sally pay when it comes to that. And we get you want all of the records and news, man, and look at bishops Sally. Yes, so I go back. I check it again back to remember you got all the they must be the order.
I'm telling you the very fact because sometimes I'm not buying up the money is new and also how are you sure? So we have been following that incident of that war. That is right way. We can't know where the man is near to that. Monday bishop I mean now. A second day. Over this where no way of people where them women although for Catholic Church at that.
Yes.
And they will the money there. As long the bishop and the past one. Over this where no senators, man the bishop no worry get their for these people.
Yes, Bishop Odele in particular made a lot for them. Bishop Odele, the then Bishop, Catholic Bishop of Linwood Diocese, he did a lot. We paid attention to that. Now.
Okay, now. After that, I'm not but I didn't put the issue. Not you see, it's an announcing that now, oh, take even German media, German not almost. Then the army by the old the mother was a patana, and didn't move on. I can do no from there. No longer make it that the banana for no status, no bishop, they get consumed those families of people. I'm up to date. They are not with the Panada and now. For people now, can listen to us. And
the bishop of that Kaduna. That the bishop of Jalefa, bishop of Iamena province, or province, or so only Hokose man.
And when you're there in a need.
No, you're now.
Somewhere, only people not even article boy as president of Nigeria there, where you go, or one and the where you go, the dedicated message online. But you also now when all content the Kayana people. So that's right way. So you can now hear what I'm telling you. Yeah, you must see them. When you buy that question, they packet at the court 1989, when the military took power. Pump now 247. However, there's democracy, everything where is a war. Now, come to the man again. I can tell you now, if for this studio, which is so normal. Now, many people put in the jail no go that and going back to his own country, Nigeria.
Yes.
Or for you know, because now I used to many museums. Now, I said, I'm African and that all they keep at their corners now and the way they are coming.
The economy they grew, all parts cover.
They grew very fast. And we are now talking about democracy. Nigeria on a party democracy.
Yes.
Are they party democracy?
Yes, civil society organizations. The can call off my yes, because civil society organizations about he declare assets to the president and on anything in those civil society organizations. So it is democracy. Just the democracy or to maybe the former president Obasanjo's way define Afro democracy now, not exactly like the normal democracy Somalia, now the West and all of that.
You know what happened in NSAS?
I got you cut here back and those when we keep attacking. Yeah, people spoke their mind, a lot of things, man. But at the time, that is also the power of democracy. The fact that the people can speak their mind. Anyway, but oh my brother, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Whether democracy or democracy,
Niger alone, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Yes, let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, Samantha. Good evening.
Man, you're welcome. Keke me. No.
I don't know what it is. No, this is where now.
Naganiru.
Okay. You may see on the salon there. You listen for some of our work. How
Abombo Befana Kaduna. Yes.
So make an effort. Not the question again. When I occupy if I go, I Nigeria. Last Sunday or so, make an elephant. Of course, also you send them. Then you get what you go and a time. Oh, when you finish, we end Nigeria. So now, I have to get them in my Arab woman. The Kayama Kanasi. Oh, I need to tell me that good life and you okay. Now, travel out, it is where my treatment, not the best hospital. It was a good. Making in the Fanati, man, and the Fanati, now, Nigeria. Of course, also, to be sent there. If you are family, she make them like a good. No can do on the Falania. You cannot pull with all the people for them. But I'm a son of a little welcome. You and Nigeria now. For how people not backing on with you for them. When the mother Nigeria, America, almost put it in the mother Nigeria, them now for yes, you get more.
Thank you so much for joining us, my sister Dalo. Yes, let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes, welcome, my brother. My brother. Martin, just come when I got still. Just kind of quick and about $10, or we just move on.
Yeah, I like it with water.
No, Gabanilo.
No, look, man. FPC man. You have a candidate.
Yes.
I'm a president. Now I have the most qualified among 20-something candidates on the FPC. And then when we got on with added in here.
Okay.
And he's the best, most ready among the winners of the presidential election. And another American along in the contest with him. So, but in a manner, work Canada.
Yes, not Ganiru.
Yes, Lagos State is okay. The same, almost the same entirely generated revenue of what Anambra State was generating 2003. 600 million Lagos generated at that time. Anambra generated about 200 million. But today Anambra can on around 2 billion. Lagos is something billion. If you want to marry a Lagos once capital of Nigeria. Calabar was once capital of Nigeria. Why and think I want to grow? You buy a port here. After I'm going to back at Apia and when Anambra State, Galia, and Lagos, and the whole Nigeria. So we'll get with the most qualified person in terms of taking decisions. Because leadership is all about taking decisions. Oh, and those are all for president that if you don't guy and I 8 years, I have what Buhari hand him over. Don't worry about it. Nke wa ju eme na ndị Muslim na actually ndị ụka na actually more than a mile or time out. So nwoke dịka nwoke si adị na ka o ji wee na-aza ya Japan. Then ịda na nke declare asset. Ana m ahụ dịka mma alụ ọfa the leader of that civil society organization people na-akọnya bụ akụkọ because ọba awanyị bụ ndị mmadụ na ndị mmadụ na-edispaziwa na-akọ. Because for me, ebe a bụ ka ndị tepawa nwere onwere many places. Eziokwu na ọ dị na constitution na a ga-edeclare the asset. Ọ dịkwa mkpa ahụ. But I remember, even when I was na akọrọ mụ akpadi mụ ndaka ma mụ obodo ka mma mụ ọjụgo gọvanọ ya were mụ declare the asset ya. Buhari declare 2015. I know it's the governor and all the declare what are about those things. Start Anna Buhari, Tinubu declare assets. A full hypocrisy in the highest order. And a lot of even 30,000 naira minimum wage still they will reach your profit. Nobody is stopping. Civil society is not those states of marketing. And long work women Africa. You know, band of mother, one of them do part of still go near your wine and the mother go to asset declaration. How do you call that?
Yes.
The truth of the matter for they can't open them to the worker now for the person who had that political will to certificate this nation. In the way the attack for the security.
Yes.
Not. I don't know if we comment on even Kaduna because from the Ifeanyi airport to go that now my fun established. Understand at the goal all those criminals on that area or other part of Nigeria are going now upward go over. That they are fire on the mountain.
Okay.
So any of them now an mafia. I'm all go that now he can be just deleted without any apology. And they cannot file any more than no government. Some man at their days are numbered. That's why I do what I'm well not. Going to get more on
Yes. Can check out your can those on
Nigeria it's good for everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, my brother. Yes, once again, 07034459334 or 07045592210. What do you have to say about all of this? Let's hear from you now. Hello. Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Because Chris, I can say
Gabaniru.
because even now, when the Senate organized, I went there. And when they can make it there.
Okay.
1 billion, 160 million. They want 1 million, 159 million. And those senators, they haven't said. Those senators, this fortune, I paid for 160 million. Oh no, they want to do now. When could fish in here? Lord, they make a officer the if we will see you, the senators are there, but they are. Oh no, they can, the senators, who are they can? What is 1 million? All that way, that men, what they do, the reward look, the rest you see. And most of them, I won't go to calculate before. You only go for 5 to 5 senators. I collect go 5 SUVs. Collect to pay again. And 1 million naira, they were calculate for the next 4 years. It's what I would. What the guy is doing, I wouldn't want that. I would like to want I'm not a key. 1 million naira, or this that, or what they were looking that. And that's 1 million naira, and they get out of the in the back.
If for the 109, because all of them collectively 109. Oh, yeah. I hope. Oh, Dalo. Dalo. Dalo, kai chikotazia oh, kai chikoti ana time na yezugo my brother. And next time, kai buzi of Dalo oh. Yes. Odigo Koye said there now this particular edition of Political Views on Ebona the 103.5 FM. We've gotten to the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition because all of the things we discuss in one way or the other, we're shaping our polity. So it's very important that we get to talk about this. So remember that this program, Political Views, come to you on Ebona the 103.5 FM Mondays, 3 o'clock p.m. and then Saturday, 10 o'clock a.m. So keep a day. And then don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. A lot is still coming on your way on this platform. Once it's 6 o'clock, immediately after the Angelus, there will be news. And furthermore, a lot of other interesting programs coming to you on this platform. Until we meet again, I am Martin Epa Shuku Ekeze. Have a fabulous evening.
Nabakoa production. Police for vigilante. My business. When I will tell you SJ radio drama, Erico. Gonna dialogue every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. with a repeat broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, everyone at 103.5 FM. Yeah, also, if you move and finish your business, yeah.
Amara ni lewa di amo. Kono kuna kana na rako na ne kunai. Nke kazi ku ke wona ana ma musu na ya ma ule si.
Ekokwana ka call dinka call. A lot of people complain about not using their talents the way they want to. Utilize this opportunity today. Are you an aspiring actor, musician, Dancer, here is the opportunity you have been waiting for. Register with Babula Production at Ebona the 103.5 FM today to make your God-given gift money-making venture using your God-given gift today. For more information, call 080-3916-7049. Don't miss out on this opportunity.
Stay hippie. What song is topping the chart? Follow the trend. Know the song that is trending.
So guys, thank you. Like, subscribe. Thank you. You rock.